While, hasn't it? It's been a few weeks, but we are back with Esports Collegiate Overwatch 2 action, heading into, I think this is our 9th match of the season, but we're continuing the Ohio Gauntlet. Actually, I think we're finishing it up tonight. We've had 5 matches against Ohio teams in a row, and finishing off against the University of Toledo in a doubleheader, and then we're potentially, it might be streamed, may not be going into Miami, Ohio afterwards. But University of Toledo up on the board first.
Is that a squid?
Some kind of symbol. So NIU last year did get the win against Toledo University. I believe they are undefeated in Toledo in ESC history, 2-0 lifetime. So you see we are in our 3rd season of varsity Overwatch. First season of Overwatch 2, of course, but we headed to Nepal Shrine. A lot of indoor play. It's interesting to see a bit of a dive. I expect a little more poke, but I do know from Coach Forgot, I know poke is something that is essentially room for improvement territory for the Huskies. So I'm excited to see what NIU rolls out with. So NIU hoping to go 3-0 lifetime against the University of Toledo. Hayes with a very aggressive wall ride. The initial positioning, NIU looking very comfortable in this matchup so far.
I'm liking the Winston pick.
Akron on double hit scan with the Moira Rico. Definitely some potential there. They are doing a good job playing as a unit, but I mean, the point presence is all on the Huskies right now. And without even getting a pick, they're just forcing them back inside. They're commanding this respect, but Aussie gets picked off early. But the boop from Hayes onto Reinhardt. 0888 falls down. And Toledo doesn't have a tank to work with.
Oh, look at that recall.
Suzu flying for some sustainability, but NIU capping the point. They're gonna take this.
I'm surprised nobody capped it yet.
And this has been an odd game so far. Not a ton of picks, but Racer zapped down that Reinhardt. Supports are not there, helping zero out, and they might be able to chunk this down, but looks like they are retreating. But NIU going to be playing on that aggression. Austin with 3 assists gets the stick on to Chief Chiffon.
That's a reset right there.
Chef Chiffon, my apologies. Not Chief. So team kill for NIU, and the percentage keeps ticking.
That was pretty smooth.
And our Aqualad swapping to the Bastion. Interesting. So hopefully maybe just trying to find some concentrated damage to try and open up something on point. But
I respect it though. The Bastion's
he keeps finding these headshots. So Winston's not going to have as fun of a time, especially with that cold lens going on. And he's going to have to respect the space. Inching further back. On the point. The boop not quite gets him. It doesn't quite get him down. Drew and Rogue Void popping the support ultimates. Might be able to turn this around for the University of Toledo, but not before Flawless takes down the Bastion. Aqualad, Racer finishing off Cassidy. And the longer this fight goes on, the longer these supports stay up for NIU, the better chance they have of winning this fight. But the Shatter finding PK0, the main source of heroes, they find Racer as a result of that too. So this fight actually is going to go to the University of Toledo, but pending a great stall. I think Hayes might be able to stall this, but no, they're going to make the wise choice. Make the wise choice and get out.
Yeah, Flawless taking a long walk off a short cliff.
So 70%, so about 1 to 2 team fight territories needed for the Huskies here. They're just going to speed to the right.
I feel like Osty's going to pop the Deadeye here.
With that Bastion out of that turret form, it's going to be a lot harder. The stick onto Drew. Actually, I don't know if that stuck anyone, but the damage getting the pick nonetheless, and it's very clean, very quick team fight. Yeah. 6 on, so Northern Illinois working with Sound Barrier. Kitsune Rush is definitely more than enough to win one final team fight here.
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
you have to be cautious of the Cassidy's High Noon.
Yeah, Winston with the Kitsune Rush is just like I would say a walking taser, but that's already what he is.
Walking taser times 2. Racer the pick on a Drew. The support falls early. The main source of heals. And the supports are down for Toledo. And NIU is going to get this first point.
Oh my gosh.
Flawless with a 3K.
Flawless on an evening stroll. Impressive.
So not quite the perfect round for NIU. A couple, team fight lost here and there. Some great ultimates used by Toledo, but for the most part, almost without a sweat. that
Yeah.
point was taken. So Huskies are opting for that brawl comp with the Tracer. I wonder if Flawless is going to stick on that. But typically we've seen a May Cassidy with this kind of comp, but we'll see what happens. Aqualad loves their turrets, loves their sentry form, so they're on Torbjorn from Bastion.
I mean, we've seen Tokotoro, you know, show us how good Torbjorn can be. So.
Yeah. Also worth noting, NIU does have a couple of players that aren't typically used to sitting on these first maps. So Austie125 is in on DPS, PK0 in on the support. Both have improved a great amount over the course of the season. So no surprise that them in the game that NIU is doing just fine. Great even. So the pick on Aussie does open things up for the University of Toledo. Maybe NIU just playing back, maybe trying to punish some of the Rockets from overextending, but looks like they're doing just fine for themselves. And Toledo takes first control at this point. Razor will be pushing in Aussie, coming in with the respawn. Poke coming in from both sides, and Flawless falls down. And he was just gotta get a clean reset here. You've got about 15% now on Toledo that may not have been necessary. So NIU gonna recollect his 5, get a little bit of a breather going. And Flawless very close to be getting picked off again. They have to be careful. You do not want to have to take consistent 4v5s. Ultimate's actually not too much of a discrepancy between both teams on where we're at with our ultimates. Actually, Annihilation almost ready from Racer. Might be able to pop it and try to make something happen. Pops it. Kitsune Rush coming out for Toledo, as does the Death Blossom, but the block is going to keep Racer up through it, but not much longer than that. And Toledo ticks forward more to 50%.
Flawless is hanging on. He does not want to be out of the count. He's going for a tactical retreat.
Tracer, I don't think it's getting much in the Tracer. I think you probably will be seeing a swap sometime soon. It's just very hard. They're playing so close together.
Ooh.
It's hard to catch someone off. Toledo not making too many positional mistakes, but yes, they're going to match that Reaper. It's going to be up close and deadly for both teams here, but Toledo doing an excellent job of poking. We see Racer just constantly on that critical line. Kitsune Rush coming out from PK0. Going to make something work with it. Flawless finds a pick on a tank. That might be what they need. NIU might actually be able to take this with just one ultimate.
Yeah.
And they're going to do just that. So you're gonna have your sound barrier. You're gonna have
Flawless still running him down.
Flawless still going in, but with their teleport and their wraith, they're gonna be just fine. Setting up for next fight. NIU can't afford to lose any more points. So the only thing that I'm concerned about if you're a Huskies fan is if that Earth Shatter from 0888 is online. Don't have it's not the easiest thing to block if you're a Macho, but it is possible. Just have to hope that Hayes doesn't get caught in it, and you have to counteract with the sound barrier. And the pick on a 0. Can't shatter if you're dead.
I'm feeling a blossom
NIU's
coming. I smell it.
I don't think so. I think they win this fight with the no ultimates again. So excellent stuff.
Oh my god.
Things are looking much better for NIU.
Yeah, I think Flawless is just trolling at this point. There are numerous times Flawless is just running in and getting some crazy picks.
You know, if you're not punishing this, you know, you keep doing it until they put you in your place. But Toledo, ever since NIU flipped the point, has not done that so far. But they're going to try something a little different, rotating towards the high ground. 4 ultimates online for NIU, almost 4 for Toledo, not quite. High noon, going to try and find some kind of opening pick a little early though. I think NIU is easily prepared for it. The Shatter does land, but the beat and the Suzu more than enough to counteract it. Does not result in a pick. The Death Blossom gets 1. Lowers everyone else down, and NIU is able to clean up off that Death Blossom. So maybe not the super flashy 5K, but it's a team fight winner. But
the value was obtained.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Blizzard actually being used at the same time too. So one more fight left. You're gonna have Kitsune Rush.
Yeah, I mean,
Annihilation on board.
Yeah, I mean that Annihilation I think alone can just win the next fight. I think it's just such a good ult still, even after the nerf.
I agree. Ryan getting that last second touch. He's gonna be able to touch with the Annihilation. Trying to chunk down that tank. Death Blossom in. Finds Flawless. Racer falls down. And NIU might just have to get out very quickly. looks like they're not even able to do that, so they're going to have to go for a quick recontest here. Toledo 86% and very quickly moving up. They're going to have someone to touch.
Yeah, I think Flawless is going
yeah, they're going to have to get past this Reaper. It's not
looking.
looking.
Notice Aqualad?
Not looking. I don't think so, but Flawless able to get the touch, so it will go into overtime, but the recall, I don't know if they're going to be able to get. Aqualad's still there. They're ready for that.
I mean, no take to on point.
Aqualad, yeah, finds a pick on the Racer.
Yeah, Racer might be able to clean
Aqualad
up here.
on the Reaper has been incredible so far. Looks like Toledo's going to even this up at a point apiece.
Wow. I mean, that was a very close round. Both teams playing absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, very, very back and forth. So you have to wonder, maybe it's just some, maybe it's a compositional difference that NIU is not used to. I know typically don't see some of the things. I know Moira is not in a bad place right now, but you don't typically see too much of Moira, especially in our esports collegiate matches. But Rogue Void making it work, making it a viable pick right now.
Yeah, I mean, Moira's a personal favorite of mine, right? That's the diamond opinion coming from me. But I could be wrong, but I believe they're looking to like a rework for it, right?
I actually don't know, but it would not surprise me. New season comes out in less than 2 weeks. NIU, both teams very similar comps, just opting to mate for the Reaper. The wall, excellent, puts a lot of pressure in a single space, but the heals are still up for Toledo, but NIU able to shred through it, taking great space here. So the points could unlock, and NIU's got the first team fight won very cleanly.
Flawless trying to wall bang the Kiriko. It does not work like that. This is not Valorant.
Racer already at 60%, almost 3 times as much as Zero. Just absolutely pouring the damage in that fight. NIU's support's doing a great job keeping everybody up during that.
Yeah, I think Flawless hears the footsteps.
Poke. NIU's just gonna continue to pour damage into this room. I think if you're Toledo, you're gonna have to look to do some kind of rotation towards main. I don't think you're gonna be able to find your way through here.
He's gonna pop the ult. No way, he doesn't.
I don't think they do. I think you win it with
Come on.
without any ults. Oh, we gotta respect that Bastion though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a trolling connoisseur.
Maybe not. Like Flawless. Finds the pick on the Bastion, walking past, and Aqualad just has to watch. So still no ultimates used. I think perhaps this last one's a wake-up call, and yes, Toledo's going to be going for that main rotation, but they're going to be ready for it. Good job keeping the high ground for NIU. Going to drop slowly, trying to find some kind of pick with the high noon at the very least. Break that shield, holding on to it, and Zero lets their shield down at the worst time. Racer with Annihilation, doing exactly that to the University of Toledo, and it's another team fight for the Huskies.
Yeah, he's Flawless just running him down. As the Reinhardt comes in.
Poke continuing to pour in.
Yeah, NIU does not want to get too cocky here. You see him backing up.
Something I've heard NIU discuss lately is just swapping out comps for you typically. So typically you would see a Reinhardt here. I know teams in NIU's past have played a lot of Rein here, but I think Racer is just so good on that Ramada, just so lethal that you can get away with doing something that's not necessarily meta, quote unquote, but is still getting a ton of value. The Blizzard, trying to find something, the sound barrier, trying to counteract that damage that's being poured from the Kitsune rush and the Bastion. Coalescence pouring heals into to Toledo. And looks like Toledo might be able to turn this around, but NIU's not going to give this up without a fight, but with the Shatter, I think that clinches the team fight. Maybe trying to find some kind of pick. Flawless does find Drew, but I think with the movement abilities, that's not going to mean much. I think we're going to be going to the next team fight 5-on-5 regardless. It's only one fight necessary. You're going to have High Noon up. Racer, that Annihilation. You're going to have to be careful clumping up and grouping up too much, as Toledo does have that Bastion ult up. But other than that, Ultimate Economy not looking great for Toledo with the exception of that one DPS ult.
Flawless is looking for this off angle.
Oh, the High Noon. Oh, maybe a little bit of trigger discipline. Finds the necessary pick onto the support. That's huge. Opens up only Kiriko heals, and that they're not going to be able to keep Ryan up.
There's not enough sustain.
That is Aqualad. The ultimate coming out perhaps a little too late, out in the open, exposed, but you really had no other choice. You're at 99%. And NIU takes map 1. Maybe not as flawlessly as some people may have expected, but they get the job done at the end of the day. And we move into hybrid. Excellent work from the Huskies.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Austin 125 coming off the bench. Popping off.
How does
pouring
he
damage into that Rhine.
Oh my gosh. He threw the magnetic grenade even though he killed him with a gunshot right after.
Yeah, excellent work from them. So we'll be taking a slight break, but we'll be back just a little bit for map 2.
Yeah.
All right, we're back, and we're going to be going to Kings Row. I know.
What? Wait, it's snowing.
It's snowing. Looks like I think both teams agreed to play on the winter variant of the map.
What to flip? It's Widow's Spring.
Now they really got some dandruff.
Oh no, it's on her arm.
Head and shoulders. 3 words. That's all you need to know.
Word. And he's still bald. All the how are you bald enough dandruff? Does that pop? Wait, no. It's got some.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Trying to be a robot. Look, he looks so sad.
Maybe it's stoic. Maybe I think the right word is stoic.
Might be because I could count the pixels on his chin, you know.
You know, I might have my render scale set to 75%. We're all about the frame rate here.
Oh, a little
NIU
trolling.
Esports.
Flawless as
Oh
well.
my God, we got that on film.
Wall Maria just put
Austin
up on him.
125 with a disgusting act.
That's the face of a troll.
Just having a little fun with the Mei.
Wow.
We'll see NIU setting up for this defense. So, you know, your typical brawl. They're actually. Oh, we got a bit of a role swap here. Don't want to miss this. Racer, formerly on tank, now on Lucio.
Ooh.
Flawless, formerly on DPS, now on tank. And Tokotoro, formerly. Oh no, Tokotoro's still on DPS.
Yeah, I think since Tokotoro's in the game now.
And the
he's
Rhine
been-
just gets
yeah.
melted. Aqualad still trying for this Bastion Moira combo. Very, very yin and yang. Very two opposite mindsets of doing damage.
Wow.
And Tokotoro clean.
Yeah, I think
headshot.
since Tokotoro's back in the game on DPS, NIU's trying out a little role swap here because they got that safety net of Toko in the back.
Yeah, Toko back in the game. So Hayes is getting swapped out. Racer on that main support. I believe Racer originally tried out for the main support role. And there was a bit of a role swap pre-season. But it's obviously, as we've seen this season, the role swap has gone very well. But NIU, almost a bit of a multiverse action of what if the role swap never happened? This is what the team would look like.
Not the spawn guys, come on.
Get back there. We're shades of the FPS showdown. If anyone's ever watched it. It is always the Mei. You're right, Ash Sky.
I mean, yeah, Mei is just so powerful. The whole map is covered in snow. Like literally, is covered in snow.
That's your reload right there, right next to you.
That's amazing.
Bastion pouring in damage
Whoa.
finds Racer. Maybe trying to find some kind of pick to turn around the charge. The wall stops it, but doesn't find anything. The Moira far in that backline gets punished. Rogue Void falls down, but they're gonna keep pouring damage in from this hotel. Aussie left on one. Very close. Ooh, flawless.
Good shatter.
Zero lands the shatter.
Yeah, no
On
one
the
was
flawless
out there to
play.
capitalize off it. So that's just a free kill.
The Racer, unfortunately, I believe they, as soon as they respawn, got picked off again.
Oh no.
Racer getting their steps in, so to speak. They're getting
He's
their
got his Fitbit on.
Yeah, trying
Oh,
to get that green circle, you know.
I have to close my rings today.
NIU. NIU. 5 ultimates on the board. Toledo going for something a little more divey.
Seems the
Not a textbook comp for anything, but maybe a Winston and some bar to just do some disruption.
Oh
A
my
4-person
God.
shatter. Blizzard.
yeah.
It's a 5K. Minute left to go for Toledo. Time is ticking.
We got both supportals from NIU too. A great defensive ult and a great offensive ult. So I'm really curious.
I have to imagine this window's going to be used pretty early as they're pouring in, but the Mei, back on, there's Mei's such a good option here because no matter which of the lanes they go through, one of the three, unless they go somewhere way more vertically,
Ooh.
Tokotoro,
Easy pickings.
he pick on an Aqualad. Tokotoro has their back turned towards stores a source of damage, but it does not matter. Rest of the Huskies pick up the slack, and one more team fight left if you're Toledo.
Oh,
They're touching
got
spawn
out.
doors. But respecting the space, Toledo obviously showing his last map, very much capable of winning team fights out of nowhere. It's going to be one more hold.
one
the
more fight.
Huskies.
And NIU definitely has the ult advantage here. Especially with the castle being kind of bugged.
Only High Noon. And the teleport High Noon.
Whoa.
Try to shield it off.
Oh,
The pin
no.
before it lands.
Flawless made a sandwich right there on the
Oh,
point.
man. That was
Oh,
fun.
the
The
shatter.
clean win, so excellent work.
I
from the
did like
Huskies.
the idea of the teleport High Noon.
I know. I as soon as I saw that teleport come up, I'm like, oh, they gotta be ready for that. And they were, but
Yeah.
that could have gone so wrong if you put down your shield to go for the pin. Could be
He got
looking at a
picked off
4K right
there.
there, but it looks like I think Racer, speeding players to get into cover.
Nah.
Man, that was fun.
Silly games.
Love actually.
Actually.
Finger points up in air, single index finger.
Oh, it's because she's hacking him with the USB. Oh, poor guy.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh my gosh, they're for you.
Those are our Twitch subs.
Oh, they're right there. Very dapper as usual.
And the NIU team, I know, going dapper for tonight. Most of them, if not all, I think they're all in suits, dresses, business professional.
Yeah. I went walked over to use the bathroom and I passed one of them. I forget who it was in the hall, but they were looking very dapper.
Yeah. The dapper differential is immense today.
Even Bastion's dressed up with his hat. Bastion's so cute with his hat.
We love a Bastion hat. You know the Overwatch League skins, they give them a hat with the team logo on it.
Oh, really?
It's pretty fun.
That's adorable. I wish Bastion was real.
Me too.
Except
Me too, buddy.
with the gun, it's
Yeah.
kind of scary.
If Bastion was real, he wouldn't use it.
Let's just say it's kind of
So
scary.
it took NIU going for some kind of teleportation cheekiness himself.
Whoa.
Finds the pin onto the Rhine.
You're not stuck
The
in there
wall.
with Flawless.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The wall backfires. Ball's just walking in. Bastion damage be darned.
Is this the Omnic Crisis?
Yeah. And NIU just marching ahead, and
And that's
Lincoln, you'll miss it.
wow.
NIU, very clean map 2 victory.
Yeah, Toledo making the mistake of trapping themselves in a small box of Flawless.
Yeah, just great wall, from Toledo onto Flawless, but the follow-up not there. Flawless takes off the Rhine for it. Tokotaro, the clean play of the game.
Yeah,
Nice work.
just cleaning up the point.
So we'll see where Toledo wants to take this third map. It is pure payload map this time, Escort as it's otherwise known. In its Liquipedia entity.
What?
Liquipedia, ever heard of Liquipedia?
Oh, that's like the
It's like-
investment site, right?
No.
No? What?
Liquipedia is it's run by Team Liquid. It's
Oh.
it's like Wikipedia except for esports. So it's like the most in-depth database for any major esports tournament.
I was thinking of Investopedia.
Oh,
My
no.
bad. Whoopsie daisies.
So Liquipedia, the go-to site if you need to know any professional esport tournament results from pretty much any period of time. It's very in-depth. But
Wow.
I mean, Toledo just discussing things, going over things.
Discussing a battle plan. But yeah, I mean, I will say NIU is playing very well tonight. I think it's the nice dress buff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm loving that everyone is getting a chance to play, and
Yeah, we're even seeing some new things.
yeah, players on different roles. It's kind of
I like it. Brings me back to the streamathon we had, where we see all the NIU team just trying out completely different things.
cooking,
Go see a
so to
Junkrat?
speak.
Or
Junkrat
is that just wishful
depends on
thinking?
the map. Depends on the map. I think if we see something like a Dorado, maybe NIU might run it on their defense.
No.
But who knows? But
I'm just waiting.
it's not our choice.
That is very true.
Ball is very much in Toledo's court.
Yeah. I just like seeing Junkrat, like the funny bomb guy, the funny Australian man.
Bomb King for our Paladins players.
Oh my gosh. I haven't played Paladins in forever. I forgot it existed.
Yeah.
There was one summer me and my friends just got super invested in Paladins.
Paladins, I think people give it too much of a tough time. I think it's fun. It's fun for what it is. If it's not your cup of tea,
Mm-hmm.
my motto is let people enjoy things. Let
That is
people enjoy
true.
what they want to enjoy. It's not hurting anybody. If you're a Paladins player, more power to you. If you're an Overwatch player, the same amount of power to you.
Real.
Toledo still
I mean, they're
talking
taking their
over.
time.
I don't know if you're Toledo, what would you even pick in something like this? Maybe you try to do something cheesy on a map.
What type of map is it again?
It's pure
Shows
payload. So
Oh,
actually,
okay.
Shambali Monastery. I don't know if we've
Ooh.
seen this before.
No.
A lot of long sight lines. I think that's going to help our DPS a little bit, our hit scan players especially, like Tokotoro, those
yeah, I mean,
very long sight lines. Very, very weird. Like
it's constant high ground, right? Like you're always going up.
You're pretty much always going up. It's a very difficult map to kind of full cap on.
I guess you could say it's a uphill battle. Get it? Because it's uphill.
It stinks.
It doesn't stink. I like it. I think it's a cool little map.
It's difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that.
But NIU hoping to make this a clean 3-0 victory. Get back in the win column. It's been a while since we've had one. I believe NIU sitting at 4-4 on the year. I think it's good for 7th place in the conference. So top 8 teams do make the playoffs. So NIU's still in pretty comfortable playoff position. But if you're looking at these last 3 games of the season, or rather last 4, and every win just means so much more. See, NIU sitting at 4-4.
Is there a roof here? Oh, just open.
I believe, looking at the schedule, I think the ceiling for NIU is right around the 6th seed, which put us in a game against actually Miami. So funny enough, the next match might be a little bit of a playoff preview, but Toledo sitting 13th place right now. Tonight around the board, Northeastern Esports and Ball State actually played today. Very shocking, I think. In an upset,
don't do it.
Ball State actually took down the undefeated Northeastern.
Telco, don't do it, man. Oh no, this is a gross angle. I feel gross just looking at this.
I didn't know you can go here. So
I didn't know there was a ledge here.
We'll be going to the Togo cam for the beginning.
What is this geometry? What is this building for?
Let's check this out.
Oh no,
Toro's
don't do it.
Reigning supreme.
Oh, look at patience. Oh!
The trigger just let the teleport. Gonna force him out, so.
Flip flop. Getting out too.
Wall climb, able to get over. So maybe not the Twitch clip we were hoping for, but at least no one on the Huskies gets picked off from that. But the Storm Arrows punishes that in the open teleportation. Tracer giving Flip Flop a bit of a hard time, but I may stand corrected. Flip Flop giving that Tracer a hard time.
Or a sharp time because of a
Flip Flop back in. Racer back to their main role of tank. Tokotoro, Aussie on the DPS line.
Yeah. Hanzo just shredding those shields with the Storm Arrows.
And Zenyatta left on 1. So hard progress has been made for Toledo. But they're going to need a lot more if they want to take this map and send it to map 4.
Nice picks there.
Teleportation does not make you invisible if you have the eyes of an Aussie. Flip Flop is playing ultra aggressive.
Look at those dinks.
I was seeing some VOD footage and some scrim gameplay with Flip Flop with this Kiriko, and they are one of the most aggressive Kirikos I've seen.
Wow!
And they pick off Drew.
Look at these headshots. That's just insane from a Kiriko.
Oh, it's incredible, and things are just gonna fall apart further. The entire support line for Toledo getting picked off. I know you want to be done with this one early.
And he's got a hot date tonight, apparently.
With Miami. But
trying to get out the door.
Yes.
Toro seems to agree.
Over there.
But don't discount Toledo. They've had a couple good opportunities for ultimates. Both maps we've seen. Maybe it didn't work quite on King's Row, but on Nepal they've had some success. So you don't want to underestimate any opponent. Like that. Ooh, the mistake from Aussie. Picked up with the shatter. But the Flux able to counteract it.
Big slam.
Finds 1, finds 2. They continue to march in. Gets Razor, finds 3 to turn it back around for the Huskies. Nice work from Racer. That was looking very dicey for NIU. Oh, the Suzu coming in a little late, so with the heavy respawn advantage for Toledo, I think NIU's going to have to respect it and give Toledo some of that cart.
I mean, excellent fight, though.
Yeah, excellent style,
Good picks.
Yeah.
And they have 3 ults, almost 4.
Austie, the pick on the Aqualad.
Oh.
Austie finds 2. Aussie has so much improvement over this year.
This man's arrows have hacks on him. He's crazy. NIU's kind of hitting up point here, just doing their thing.
Yeah.
NIU's kind of holding really well right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not much to comment on at the moment. It's kind of like a little skirmish.
But Toledo gonna be able. That Earth Shatters have been
Big
huge.
pick.
But like I said, can't get the Earth Shatter out. If you're picked off, and the ultimate and the aggression, the Bob and the Kitsune Rush is gonna be incredibly lethal. I don't think Toledo sends this one to overtime.
No, that's gonna be really
NIU
difficult.
holding Toledo to 42.45 meters.
Yeah, impressive hold from NIU here.
Score.
But will Toledo be able to bring it back?
Initiating match.
So let's just see what kind of comps are being cooked up on both sides. I think if you're Toledo, you're gonna probably try for something more bunker style, that high ground potential. Maybe something that NIU is gonna have a tough time cracking. Something cheesy. I think you kind of just throw everything you have at the wall. You know, you're back.
See what sticks. you
Kind
know?
of, yeah, kind of your last standing. Maybe an echo if we're talking about things that stick, but actually no, fairly
Oh,
normal
Pinkies are on
standard
the
comp.
Moira though.
You cannot escape
It's
me.
cool.
So
That's how
NIU.
tall Moira was.
Nope.
The ball bouncing.
The real cool spectacle is if you get the damage orb, you just throw it up and down, and it just bounces up and down on a low hanging ceiling.
It's like it's like in Portal when you put a portal above another one.
And you just jump
Drop something in, yeah.
infinitely.
Get infinite speed.
Impressive game that Portal was.
Yeah.
So,
Way ahead of its time.
and you're trying to get some kind of opening pick to work with. You only need one clean team fight win to get the victory in this game. Tokotora going to take an aggressive angle on the Ashe. Going to go with their buddy Racer.
I think he's just
Shield
trying to
up.
rock him
So,
off the high ground.
The poke coming from the side and from the front, so damage coming from both directions. Yurisa's attention being taken away. Maybe some picks that come down towards the middle with that happening. The car continues to move. Toledo throwing themselves onto it. Aussie finds Rogue Void. Huge source of heals down for Toledo. NIU on the verge. Their first victory in a few weeks here. Tokotoro finds a pick on the cast. Racer taking down Drew. It's a 2-on-5. Card is stopped for now, but it won't be for much longer. NIU with the team fight victory.
I don't know
They're
if
going to
Toledo
march
can
this
touch
one
in
in.
time.
I don't think the touch is there.
NIU just
NIU
right there.
back in the win column, back above 500. They look ahead towards Miami, but you know, GG's to University of Toledo. But Huskies, stronger team today.
Play of the game.
FC Racer, I have to imagine this is the flux that turned the team fight around.
Yep, there it is. Such a big slam. Where'd that rock go? That's what I'm confused about.
So we'll be back in just a minute. We'll be talking with Ethan, also known as PK0, in our post-match interview. So I'm looking forward to getting a chance to speak with him and his thoughts on the game after being put in. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just 1 second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I'm sitting here with Ethan, also known as PK0. Ethan, congratulations on the dub today.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I guess the first question I have is, things were looking a little dicier on Nepal. Can you kind of explain kind of what was going on, what you thought personally the issue was?
On Nepal, we were kind of quiet just because we weren't sure exactly what to expect. Like our comms were kind of just sparse and all over the place. Like we weren't talking too much. It was kind of low communication, and then we kind of got it together. I'd say towards the end of Nepal, and then just kind of like it snowballed for us, at least in comms, to like do better into the following maps.
Yeah, so it's kind of just a bit of a wake-up call a little
Yeah.
bit to wake up the comms, because comms are just so important in a game like Overwatch, where everything happens within a millisecond of each other. So, glad to hear that the team was able to get back on track. Obviously, we've seen, as Nick and I saw from behind the desk, it very much was the case. So, gonna go into the next question, kind of a bit of a personal improvement. I've noticed, from last year to this year, there's been such a drastic improvement in your individual play and your team play as a whole. I'm wondering if there's any kind of, what specific attributes do you contribute to your individual improvement in the game?
I've just like had a drive in trying to want to be better this season, just to do more. Like something I've been trying to work on is like my decision making. So like doing better ults, like trying to throw out my ults sooner, trying to actually be a little bit more proactive, just so I can contribute. I feel.
Yeah, setting the tempo is something that
Yeah.
Nick and I mentioned constantly during every game. Usually, the team that throws out their ultimates first and in the right situation, of course, ends up winning that team fight. So setting their own tempo, both in esports collegiate games and also just your ranked play games. It's something that we don't obviously don't touch on a lot in the broadcast, but ranked play is something that everybody does play a lot of. So good advice for anyone watching at home: set the tempo, use your ults early. Don't hold on to them for Overwatch 3. It's not gonna be coming for a long time. So, Ethan, thank you for spending time with us. Is there anything you want to say to anyone watching at home?
No, I don't think I have anything else.
All
It's
right.
been a very enjoyable season so far. I've liked how our team has grown. And it's just been a good time.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Ethan. And for anyone watching at home, we'll be back next week against Northeastern University. So, should be a very good match against one of the top dogs, so to speak. The Battle of the Huskies, actually. So, be here Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central, and we'll be going right into that action. So, thank you all, everyone, for watching. Have a fantastic day. Take care.